get started. All right, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We had a little dance party going on before the call got recorded. So good thing it was before the call got recorded. So here we go. The impression of increase. Whether you change your vocation or not, you must direct your present actions to the business in which you are present. I didn't read this one, right? This isn't. Okay, good. Because it sounds like the same of uh I just read it so many times. You can get into a business. You can get into the business you want by making constructive use of the business you are already established in. By doing your daily work in the certain way. And insofar as your business consists in dealing with other people, whether directly, by telephone, or by letter, how cool is that? The key thought to all your efforts must be to convey to their minds the impression of increase. I just want you to pause for just a second. I want you to think about everything that you're about to go do. How can you create an impression of increase? Right? In everything that you're about to go do. Increase for you, increase for your legacy, increase for those around you, increase for yourself. How can you up the value of it, right? It's stating the intention behind it. It's stating it's doing it in the certain way. Increase is what all men and all women are seeking. It is the urge of the formless intelligence within them, the urge of the formless intelligence within them to find fuller expression. What does that mean, fuller expression? What is it that your formless intelligence is wanting to be fully expressed by? The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. We're just planting stuff in the garden, right? We got plants from different stores, Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot, and we're planting them. How do we know? How do we know it's not a waste if we water them and give them good ground? Hello, Beam. What's your name? Dublin. Hello, Dubby. If we give them good stuff, how do we know they have a desire to want to grow? Think about it. What's the formless intelligence in them that's turning the Brussels sprouts into tall plants that produce Brussels sprouts, or tomato plants that produce hundreds of tomatoes? It's the formless intelligence. I didn't make the seed. I planted the seed, and God grows the seed, the formless intelligence. And is there not a certain way when you plant something to give it an impression of increase? We went to one of the ranchers that we had, and we got some of his compost and put it in the ground. We even put wool in the holes of every plant. They say put wool in the bottom. Put sheep's wool. Funny how we have sheep's wool to put in the bottom. But it's an impression of increase. I never put wool in the bottom of any plant. I can only imagine what it might do to them this year. Between the compost and the wool and the fact that we get to see them and the chickens get to walk around them, they got chickens singing to them. Can you imagine the impression of increase our plants are feeling? Is it possible they might grow bigger? The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase. People are seeking more food, more clothes, more shelter, more luxury, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, more life, more. Every living thing is under that necessity for continuous advancement. Where increase of life ceases, dissolution and death set in at once. How many of us know we've known couples who, when one passes away, the other one dies of a broken heart? They don't say that, but it happens, right? Michelle's in the background here going, "Oh, is that what you're going to do? Right after the party." Luckily, she's folding clothes. There's no belt in them. She can't whack me hard enough to hurt me. Every living thing is under that necessity for continuous advancement, where increase of life ceases, dissolution of death sets in at once. People instinctively know this, and hence they are forever seeking more. Every one of you, when somebody comes to you to ask you for information, advice, consult, whether it's in wellness or wealth or marriage or anything, when they come to you, they are seeking increase. The question you have to run through your brilliant brain is, are they prepared for the increase? Are they okay with increase happening? AKA, are they ready for the love? Period. End of periods. People instinctively know this, and hence they are forever seeking more. The law of perpetual increase is set forth by Jesus in the parable of the talents. Only those who gain more retain any. From he who hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. The previous line to that statement, if it's of the same similar one, I think out of Matthew, is, for he who hath, more will be given. And he who hath not, for him who hath not shall be taken away even that which he has. And they threw in there the word gratitude. For he who has gratitude, more will be given. And for those who do not have gratitude, even what they do have will be taken from them. The normal desire for increase of wealth is not evil or a reprehensible thing. It is simply the desire for a more abundant life. And because it is the deepest instinct of their natures, all men and women are attracted to an individual who can give them more of the means of life. In following the certain way, as described in foregoing pages, you are getting continuous increase for yourself, and you are giving it to all with whom you deal. You are a creative center from which increase is given off to all. You are a creative center from which increase is given off to all. Be sure of this and convey assurance to the fact that every man, woman, and child with whom you come in contact, no matter how small the transaction, even if it's only selling of a stick of candy to a little child, put into this action the thought of increase and make sure the customer is impressed with the thought. What does that mean, to put increase in what you do? Convey this impression of advancement with everything you do so that people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing man or woman and that you advance all who deal with you. You can convey this impression. You can convey this impression by holding the unshakable faith that you are in the way of increase, and by letting you are in the way of increase. Hello, Dub Dub. No, I know. Do you want to talk about increase? You're adding to it right now. You're adding to, yes. Tell him. Well, convey impression of advancement with everything you do so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing man and that you advance all who deal with you. Also, give people who you meet socially the thought of increase. You can convey this impression by holding the unshakable faith that you are in the way of increase, and by letting this faith inspire, fill, and permeate every action. Do everything that you do in the firm conviction that you are an advancing personality and that you are giving advancement to everybody. Could you close that door? Feel free. Feel free. You are getting rich. No, feel that you are getting rich. And that in so doing, you are making others rich. This is so good. That you are conferring benefits on all. Do not boast or brag of your success or talk about it unnecessarily. True faith is never boastful. Wherever you find a boastful person, you find one who is secretly doubtful and afraid. Simply feel the faith and let it work out in every transaction. Let every act and tone and look express the quiet assurance that you are getting rich, that you are already rich. Words will not be necessary. Words will not be necessary to communicate these feelings to others. They will feel the sense of increase when they are in your presence and will be attracted to you. You must impress others that they feel that in associating with you, they will get increase for themselves. See that you give them the use value greater than the cash value you are taking from them. If you always take an honest pride in doing this and let everybody know it, you will always have customers. People will go where they are given increase. And the supreme power, which desires increase in everything and which knows everything, will move toward you, men and women who have never heard of you. Your business will increase rapidly, and you will be surprised at the unexpected benefits which come to you. You will be able to make large contributions to secure greater advantages and to go on into more congenial vocation if you desire. However, in doing all this, you must never lose sight of your vision of what you want or your faith, what you want, or of your faith or purpose. Let me here give you another word of caution in regard to motives. Beware of the insidious temptation to seek power over other people. Nothing is so pleasant to the uninformed or partially developed mind as the exercise of power or domination over others. The desire to rule for selfish gratification has been the curse of the world. For countless ages, kings and lords have drenched the earth with blood in their battles to extend their dominions. They have not been engaged in the effort to seek more life for all, but to get more power for themselves. Today, the main motive in business and industrial world is the same. People marshal their armies for dollars and lay waste to the lives and hearts of millions in the same mad scramble for power over others. Commercial kings, like political kings, are inspired for the lust for power. Look out for the temptation to seek authority, to become a master, to be considered as one who is above the common herd, and to impress others by lavish display. The mind that seeks for mastery over others is the competitive mind, and the competitive mind is not the creative one. In order to master your environment or your destiny, it is not at all necessary that you should rule over your fellows. And indeed, when you fall into the world's struggle for high places, you begin to be conquered by fate and environment, and getting rich becomes a matter of chance and speculation. Beware of the competitive mind. No better statement of the principle of the creative action can be formulated than the favorite declaration of the late Golden Rule Jones. What I want for myself, I want for everybody. Chapter 14, the impression of increase. Thoughts, comments, questions?
Was this one of the chapters that you're supposed to read every day?
Yep, 7-4-14.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sean, may I ask you a question about the addition? Because I'm wondering if something was put in or something's been taken out.
Okay.
And because I have a whole paragraph after in the part where it's he writes, commercial kings like political kings are inspired by the lust for power. And then there's a whole paragraph basically quoting Matthew 23, and then it goes to look out for the temptation to seek for authority.
Okay, let me
Oh,
get it.
Ruth does too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have.
I don't think you, it's a lot of
Well,
words. I don't think you skipped it. But maybe you did. I'm just
okay.
wondering.
So, yeah, today the motive, commercial kings and political kings look out for temptation and authority, and then the next paragraph, the mind that seeks for mastery.
No, no,
Oh, in between there.
I
In
have
be-
two paragraphs actually
okay,
that are
read them.
in between. Pardon?
Read it.
Okay. Jesus saw in this desire for mastery the moving impulse of that evil world. He sought to overthrow. Read the 23rd chapter of Matthew and see how he pictures the lust of the Pharisees to be called master, to sit in the high places, to domineer over others, and to lay burdens on the backs of the less fortunate. And note how he compares this lust for dominion with the brotherly seeking for common good to which he calls his disciples. Look out for the temptation to seek for authority, to become a master, to be considered as one who is above the common herd, to impress others by lavish display, and so on. And then it goes to the mind.
Yeah, because they say to be considered above the herd and impress. Yep. So, yeah, it's in there,
Yeah, okay,
but
okay,
that's not. It's not in this. It's not in this version of it.
okay, okay. Anyway, I found that to be helpful in putting it all together.
Yes.
I do have a question about something else that was earlier,
Okay.
and it had to do with feel that you are getting rich, and that in so doing you are making others rich, and conferring benefits on all. And is that like the increasing the elevating of one's vibrations and energy that just sort of
So
surround everything?
so when we heard the song this morning that Benjamin said, it's gonna
I love
be a good day. Didn't that instantly increase it for
absolutely.
all? So yes, getting rich does the same thing.
Okay.
Benjamin said it. I remember as soon as he started to say it that we had played that song previously. I know we played it. I couldn't remember what the song was and how it went until it started to play. But I knew that would bring tremendous value. So becoming rich, I became rich because I had the song. Yes, Dubby. Okay, it was your song. I know that's your song. That's your song. Okay. Oh, and you're wet. Oh, you're nice, smelly dogs. Yay. Um, so yeah, getting rich and being able to convey it doesn't people who are truly wealthy and secure in their wealth, are they not a calm place to hang around?
Oh yes. Oh
Right?
yes.
Let's go to if you've ever been with somebody in Vegas and they said, well, let's just grab a limo. And you're like, oh crap, how much is that? And what would you do? Right. And they just throw out $200 and you all get in a limo and away you go. And they're like, forget about it. Come on, we're all together. Let's have fun. They value their time and the memories more than waiting for a bus or a cab or a taxi. So yes, you can convey the value to others simply by just letting them be a part of the fun.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You ever cook a dinner for people?
I do. I love it.
And you ever have somebody go, I invited somebody over. I didn't know if that was okay. More's the better. This is even better. Yes. Yep. So that's it. That's wealth.
That feels good.
Should. It's meant to feel good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions?